already put in like 3 to 4 hours, not even done yet. I didn't like it. I don't care how long it takes, like I'm committed now. How do I store these? Obviously I'm not gonna just roll them up and put them in a drawer. I do not have one thing to wear for St. Patrick's Day. Okay, that's a lie. I have this one, and I mean one green blazer that I've worn for probably the last 7 St. Patrick's Day. So it's time for a change. So when I saw these Miu Miu rhinestone shorts, I thought, okay, this could work if I just switch out the pink for green rhinestones. Wear that on St. Patrick's Day. A little switch up. And then my St. Patrick's Day conundrum would be solved. So I studied and studied and studied these Miu Miu shorts to try to understand what type of rhinestones they use to make this look so good. Because if you're Miu Miu, you're not using any regular type of rhinestones. Another thing I did was not only did I buy 2 different colors of rhinestones, like the light green and the silver, I also bought a ton of different shapes and sizes just to give it a little more interest in texture and dimension, because we know Miu Miu ain't being regular. So I knew that I wanted to stay with the lighter wash jeans, which also meant that for my vision, I wanted to keep a lighter, or have a lighter rhinestone rather than an emerald color green rhinestone. So that was what I was on the hunt for in the interwebs. So it took a ton of searching, but I did find these jelly green rhinestones on Etsy. I really think this green color is gonna work. Rhinestones, check. Now on to what type of jeans. I definitely didn't want flare, and I definitely didn't want boot cut. I'm just not a flare or boot cut jean type lady. I like a straight fit, but I do know I want to stick with the whitewash. I have this pair of straight leg whitewash jeans, but for this look, I don't love how fitted they are in the hip. I just didn't want, I don't know, I just didn't want a fitted hip with the rhinestones, and they're honestly just a little too tight. I wanted more loose, slouchy look, like a more relaxed fit with the rhinestones around my hip. I don't know, I really wanted my hip to just look straight rather than like round with the rhinestones. I don't know, just personal preference. So I have this more slouchy taper pair of jeans that I just like how it looks better, a little straighter, a little more slouchy throughout the hip. So we're gonna start sewing on the rhinestones. I'm gonna watch One Tree Hill while I do it. Don't judge me, please. Before I start sewing, I'm gonna get a bit of a game plan figured out before I just dive right in. So I already know that I don't wanna use these big pieces. I think they're a little too big. I might use this one, but I know that I want the bigger pieces to be up at the top and cascading down. This is really hard to do. It's really hard to lay these out on these jeans. I'm gonna start sewing these on. I actually think I'm gonna put these ones down here, and I'm gonna sew each one on individually. I'm not gonna like sew and then keep sewing another one on. That way it helps me, I don't know, space them out. To be honest, I don't know, I'm gonna see how it goes. So I'll check back in a second when I have some of these sewed on. Okay, I don't know how long that took, but I got all the green rhinestones on for one side. It took at least 45 minutes to an hour just sitting here sewing, watching One Tree Hill, sewing, watching One Tree Hill, but they're on there. And how I did it was I took one thread or one string of thread and I did a whole row, and then I would tie off the thread, and then I would start with a new thread and kind of do another row. And I felt like I just kind of had more control that way rather than it being one full thread for the whole thing, but it's starting to come together. I'm gonna start sewing in the silver rhinestones, and that'll probably take me the rest of the night, and it's 7 o'clock. So So I'm trying not to be worried about the imperfections. Like I tried to like space them out, but also like scrunch them up a little bit here closer because really don't want rhinestones like halfway down my leg. Miu Miu ones where it looks like it's just kind of like rhinestones down the side of the pant leg. Right, so last night I worked on this for probably not quite 2 hours, and I'll be honest, I didn't like it. I actually took a poll on Instagram. This is as far as I got on the side last night, and I didn't like it. So I started spreading some rhinestones on the other side and took a poll on Instagram. Like, let's let the people decide. And the majority of the respondents said that they liked the side with the more rhinestones. So I'm just gonna own it. It has to look Miu Miu, like awesome. Like that's what I'm going for. So definitely didn't think or don't think that they look like luxury rhinestones. I don't know, probably because I bought cheap ones off of Amazon, and that's probably why. I don't know why I thought I could buy rhinestones off of Amazon and think that they were gonna look like on the level of Miu Miu's rhinestones. But this is where I'm at, this is what we're working with, and I'm gonna make it work. We're on day 3. I have one side like 80% done. Already put in like 3 to 4 hours of just sewing these on, and to be honest, I'm like not even done yet. And I want to wear this to an event on Friday, and it's Tuesday, and like ain't nobody got time for that. I honestly think what I'm gonna do is glue. I'm gonna glue them on and then I'm gonna sew them on. And I think that'll be easier because they'll be in place and I won't be like trying to get them in place while I'm sewing. But I thought I was gonna use E6000 glue to glue on the rhinestones. Turns out I don't have any. Surprise! Okay, just surprise to myself. I didn't know I had this Mod Podge fabric sealant, water-based sealer, glue, and finish. So this is what I'm gonna use. So I'm literally just taking my Mod Podge, gonna get it on there. I'm just gonna start gluing down. Ta-da! That took literally 5 minutes. It's day 4. I got most of the rhinestones on the other side glued on last night. I think this is a pretty good job. Also, I think it looks really good. Glue on is not enough. Not enough for these newly luxury jeans, Miu Miu knockoffs. I'm gonna spend the rest of the night sewing these on. Yes, while I watch Tree Hill. I will be sewing them on while I watch Tree Hill, okay? Day 5. I'm still sewing. I'm still sewing them on. I'm just gonna keep sewing them on. That's what we're doing tonight. Okay, final product. Well, I think these turned out pretty good for 10 hours. I think the fit through the hip was the right decision. I now have sparkly pants to go with my sparkly shirt for my favorite college team. Yeah, this is what 10 hours of work will get you. Was it worth it, do we think? I don't know. I like it. Would I do it again? I don't know, but I do like it.